Every morning starts with a cup of tea. I wake up much earlier than the rest of the household because the mornings, in my opinion, are the best part of the day. During the school term, I pretty much have to wake up, get dressed, and get in the car before I hit morning traffic. Still with a cuppa, but I sip it while I'm driving. On the weekends though, and during my breaks, I get to take it slow. I savour the time that I can sit and watch the bird life wake up and potter around the garden, noticing any changes from the day before. I let my girls out and see that they are fed and watered, and I can walk freely around the garden while the sun is still low and gentle. I don't need to check my emails, rather check for germinating seeds or weeds that need pulling. My only worry is that my cuppa seems to always vanish too quickly. Pottering around in the garden usually results in a mental checklist of tasks that need to be done, usually starting 3 jobs at the same time and chaotically trying to multitask getting them done. There is no urgency though, it's just in my conditioning, or perhaps it's in my nature.
So this is like day 4 of trying to sort out this space. It's taking a long time because it's either A, too hot, or B, it's raining. So it is taking the time. And I think it's about to rain again. But what I really want to try to get done is fully clear out these tomatoes. We have so many tomatoes coming up in the yard that it's just a bit ridiculous. So we don't really need this many. Having them too thickly growing is also meaning that we can't actually access them. So a lot of them are just getting gross and attracting like fruit fly and stuff. So it's kind of just spreading and growing things that we don't want. So that's today's job. So hopefully I can smash that out before the rain really sets in, even though it's already starting to spit, but at least it's cooler. I'll try to keep going unless it really starts coming down.
When I took time off from teaching to reskill in a different industry, health became my priority. I bought from organic farmers markets, I meditated twice daily, I socialized regularly. These days, now that I'm back into the grind of the workforce, I'm on a mission to chase financial freedom for hopefully grateful future Emma. My priorities have shifted out of necessity. Perhaps that's because I realized that the dream of owning my own property wasn't going to just happen naturally. In fact, quite the opposite. Once I started looking into it, it occurred to me just how hard it was going to be to do this as a single person. Living back with mum has helped enormously. In fact, if I was still paying extortionate amounts of rent, then it wouldn't have been difficult. It would have been impossible. I do have regrets about how I handled my finances in my 20s and early 30s. If I'd been more aware then I'd be fine now. Really, I am fine. I have more than what I need.
So the other day I got really excited with all my weeding and I just chucked it all in the compost because I wanted to mow, I think, which I didn't think it out. But I just wanted to tidy up because I thought I had a friend coming over, but they didn't. And anyway, chucked it all in there. And it's probably a pretty dumb thing to do, honestly, because that's going to take a long time to break down because everything is in big bits. What I will do is I'm just going to empty this top part of it that's all still in big chunks, chuck on the lawn, get our big mower out, mow it down, and then chuck it back in, and that's going to break down much quicker. So that is what I will work on today. Just need to move Fluffy out of the way first so she doesn't get frightened by the mower. Come on. Morning. Move you out of the way. Come on, Dylan. Don't go crazy at me. Ow. Okay.
Back to what I was saying, I have absolutely more than what I need, and I am in such a privileged position. But I can't help but be chewed on by the comparison gremlin. Look, I feel late to the party, a late bloomer, if you will. Young Emma thought I would have had 4 kids by the time I was 30, but entering my late 30s, realizing that I'm queer and, you know what, likely neurodivergent, has somewhat thrown a spanner in the works.
And I can fit more in the compost bin. So I think I'll be mowing some of this too, because I'd rather keep it here and use it for fuel in the compost bin than send it away to green waste. So Mum's been cleaning out in there, so I'll mow that. So, hello. Ordinarily, you shouldn't really be putting weeds or things that you don't want to continue growing in the compost bin. Things that will shoot again, like these, they have pretty strong root systems on them. However, my compost bins get really hot because of the Bokashi system that I use, or the Bokashi method, and it kills everything. So I'm pretty happy with this. But if you are composting in a cooler compost, then I'd probably stay clear from putting things in there that are going to reshoot. I know there is never a right time to do anything, unless you're a biological woman who ponders the notion of being a mother. Also, the existential dread and realization that life is very short and time moves swiftly that comes with losing someone prematurely. I can't help but feel like time is slipping away and I'm not moving fast enough. I called the mower. Itchy. Yuck. Alright, I'm going to stick in there because I don't want to put my hands in there. Get out of here! Stop! So this will be good in the compost, but this will get super duper hot. It's like mush up here, gross. Okay. I'm pooped. I need to eat some breakfast or I'm gonna throw up. But I'd like to rake that up a bit because it looks terrible. I am fed, napped, and ready to try to tackle the original thing that I wanted to do, which was empty the contents of this compost bin and put it into the garden. I just had to do quite a few steps. So it stopped raining, and hopefully I can just smash this out before the work week starts and I won't get a chance to do anything in the garden. So the wheelbarrow is full of stuff that Mum was going to throw into the green bin, but I had commandeered it, and I'm going to empty it and mow it up like I did with the last lot, because that can go straight into the compost. But for now I'm just going to empty it, and if I have extra energy I'll do it later, but try to focus on one task. Ew, there's a lot of water in there. Probably good to let that drain off a little bit. Get out of here. I'm actually not super sure how to go about this in the best way. I guess I'll just lift the compost bin up and then try to get it into the wheelbarrow. It kind of seems pointless wheelbarrowing like 2 meters just to get it over there, so maybe I won't use the wheelbarrow after all that. oh well, let's see what happens. Let's let the big chookies out so that they can be involved in the process. I like to enrich their lives, even though they're kind of annoying. They attack my little silkies, so I have to keep them separated. You're not very pleasant, are you? You're a bunch of mean girls. You're a mean girl. Go. So naughty. Let's have a little crack of this, eh? Okay. That's not gonna do anything. Alright, well. That's not moving. At all. Far out, okay? Maybe this isn't going to happen today. I need some tools. What can I use? Right. Energy! Oh, bloody hell. Nope. That doesn't work. Oh, I just broke it. Alright. Maybe this will be just about trying to get the compost bin off the compost. Come on, you can do this. Help me, Tim. We are ready for a stretching. Hooray! Yeah. Get some cockroaches. Okay. There's the other way. Look, I am pretty impressed by this heap. It hasn't broken everything down. Obviously, there's some bones and some stuff up towards the top is less broken down, but that's okay. It'll go into the garden. But look how crumbly that is, and it is absolutely teeming with worms. Like, people, this is impressive. Like, if you're into composting, I'm impressed. Because when I talk about composting, how satisfying and interesting and obsessed you become with it, normal people don't really care. I sometimes talk about composting on my dating apps, and that gets nowhere. Anyway, let's stop yapping and start plopping it over there. You need to go away now, because you're in the way. These are tea bags. These little, I don't know, fancy tea bags. Dude, stop. They're just plastic, so I don't like to drink out of them. I think my mum had some fancy tea bags in there, but yuck. Don't drink out of them. They're just plastic. They don't break down, and ew. Okay. Found like a worm orgy. Where is it? Where's the camera? Girlies, or a worm nursery. I'm just going to put them straight in the garden so I don't mess them up too much. If you could just fill up that tray, that would be really good. Things always go a lot quicker when you time lapse them. So if I time lapse this, it'll be finished in no time. Alright, I couldn't see the time lapse through because I am exhausted and the wheelbarrow is full, so I need to empty that before I can put more in. I really underestimated how much was in that bin. It's very compact, So I will empty the bin. Sorry, I'll empty the wheelbarrow and then I'll get back to the next bit. I'm not sure what kind of angle that was. I realize that's probably not very flattering. Oh well. So I'll do that while the chooks are having the best day of their lives. The best day of your life. Your butt's dirty, gross. Pretty your feathers are. Pretty girl. It's not my best day. My back is killing me. Go over the bump. Alright, where are we gonna get to? My hair, I want to shave it off. My hat was annoying me and now my hair's annoying me. Overstimulated. Oh, look at you. I call these two Dumb and Dumber. Oi! Get out of the corner! Dude, no! Get up, get up, get up, get up! Replenishing this garden bed. I'm going to pull that out. Sorry, buddy. I'm going to put in one of my worm towers. Now, a worm tower is such an easy way to deliver food scraps and compost into the garden without having to muck around with a huge compost bin. I love the big compost bin. It's just a lot of work. Like it takes a lot of dedication and effort. But this is super simple. You don't have to paint them. I just painted them because I'm a weirdo and they look pretty in the garden. So all you do is, you put these central and hopefully, ooh, there's so many worms in the garden. All you do basically, I won't do it fully, but put it in, dig it down so that these holes are submerged, and then you fill it up with your food scraps and then put a lid on it. We have some just tiles that we put on, or we have little terracotta saucers that I also put on. So I might actually do that so you can see how it actually looks. Just need a little shovel. I hate digging with a shovel because I hate cutting worms in half, and there's so many worms in here. I have all these ideas and visions of who I want to be and where I want to end up. But much like the multitasking chaos of my gardening system, it's all just kind of jumbles in my mind. I have a mud map itinerary, but along the way, I'm just trying to continue healing my nervous system by doing the things I love, which is being in the garden, hanging out with the chooks, and of course, drinking many cups of tea.